Hey Aussie Gamers, welcome to episode 64 of the Aussie Gamers Express podcast, the podcast that consists only of free DLC. I am your host LewkOne, and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
Wonderful, and we're also joined by our other great friend Red. How are you?
I'm fantastic, mate, and very humbled to be sharing myself with your ear holes again for another week.
Very good, it's great to have you. All right.
That was a paid comment, that one. That's extra DLC.
Well, it's free, paid comments, but free DLC for our listeners.
Check's been called free. Oh, my host.
Free friendship, that's what it is.
Pre-order bonus.
Bonus.
Alright, this week's show in preview. After Game Talk, we've got news. First up, we've got Godus promises things that it doesn't provide, if you will. Dying Light Season Pass details, Resogun's free update. There's information on World of Warcraft Charity Pet. I have no idea what that is. Hopefully one of you guys does. Evolve DLC. There's some information on Titanfall for the next installment. A swatter has been arrested, and we've got DICE 2015 awards. After that, what's that sound? And that's the end of this week's show. So, first up, who wants to go first with what they've been playing? Game Talk.
I will.
Yeah. It's always the same.
Red, go in first.
I've been a real jock this week. I reinstalled the 63 gig total completion file size of NBA 2K back on my PlayStation.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, I've been juggling a lot of games lately. I'll tell you what, a lot of games.
You started that 3 days. You started the download 3 days before the last podcast.
Hey, you've got the disc, haven't you?
Yeah. And so instead of going on with my red bearded warrior that I play in my player mode, I went into a fantasy draft sort of situation, took control of a team, and now I'm trying to build a team up and make some money. You know, I got a little bit inspired from one of our fellow admins, Aishalis. He plays a lot of soccer and he gets the young'uns in and makes money on them and everything. I thought, oh, well, I'll try and give this a whirl on NBA. So that's been a little bit of fun. It's been very hard. But yeah.
Can you play NBA 2K15 like just an arcadey sort of...
absolutely.
You know, like you play FIFA. Me, I love FIFA, but I literally all I need is... I don't even really care what teams there are. I just need two teams that can play each other, and that's all I need. I don't really care about all the other, fantastic little bits and pieces, modes and that it's got. But yeah, so you could just play it, like, just jump in and play, what do you call them, like friendlies and stuff?
Yep, exhibition matches.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
cool.
you can. You definitely can.
I've played some of the demos of those games, and they just look very complicated.
Well, that's the thing I was just about to touch on as soon as you said that. 2K, don't get me wrong, didn't lose their way. It got very technical because you could use your right stick if you spun it from 6 till 9, like in the UFC. You do a quarter turn like that. No, but this year they've kind of gone away from it. It's an option, but you can just turn it off.
Can I do it where I can like just press X to shoot?
Yep, the square. Yep, hold down R2 for a dunk. Good. That's the way to go. That's how I do it.
How does it gauge whether or not you're going to get it in? Is it random, or do you have to do something?
With 15, it's funny you ask. With 15, which hasn't been in the other ones, you actually have a meter come up, and the meter is just above your player, or below, depends how you got it set, and it fills up as you're holding in square. So often you always try and release at the peak of your jump, but now they're trying to integrate all this individuality and uniqueness of the players representing how they really play. But you've got this bar, and the bar will get bigger or smaller, depends where you are and where the character is competent from shooting from. And you can just release square when you're in the green part.
Right, okay. And then you got a good chance of it going in.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed, of course. Depends on how much coverage you got and the hot spots and all that. But you still really don't need to take that into consideration. As long as you get it in the green, then you've got a 90% chance of hitting it. So.
And I suppose it depends on your player's ability to...
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it's very unique. Every player's unique. Got their own hotspots, which is their own special strengths on the court and everything like that. I've had to delve into that because I'm playing with a bunch of players that I've never used because I bought a team and everything like that. But, yeah, other than that, when you just go into an exhibition match, it'll just say, yeah, look, there's a big green bar, try and land it in the middle of that, you're going to stand a good chance, sort of thing. So, yeah. So
because I'm interested in that game, but like we've been discussing before, Red, it's not something that I would make full use of like you do. You get in and you make your teams and you do all those bits and pieces. I just want to play it. I just want to verse a team, verse you, but I don't want to outlay some money for something I'm only going to play every now and then.
Well, that's right.
Actually, gave away 14, I think it was, on the PS3 a couple of months ago. So if you got that, maybe give that a go and just see if it's something that you'd be interested in. Because, yeah,
I do have that, but look, I know what the game is, and I do think I would be interested in it, but just only limited.
You're going to pay $60 for $10 worth of content.
But that's my issue, yeah. I mean, I think it's on this week's special on the PlayStation Store, isn't it? For like $50-odd.
This I don't know. I haven't seen the latest.
Yeah, I think it replaced...
Alien Isolation.
Yeah, I think it replaced Alien Isolation, and now it's that, and it's like 30% off or something like that. It brings it down to around the $50, $55, I think. Something like that anyway.
This is going to be late when it goes to air on Sunday, but just so you boys know, 2:30 a.m. to midday, PSN will be down.
Oh, when, sorry?
2:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Gotcha.
Midday tomorrow. Yep.
Oh, well, so if anybody's wondering what happened, that's why.
Yes. So, to stay in the whole sporting theme, I eagerly anticipated and picked up Donald Bradman Cricket for the PS4.
Yeah, geez, that's a good introductory price for a 2014 game, isn't it?
Would you like to emphasise, I don't think I've heard you tell me how much it is today.
Today I haven't mentioned it, but yesterday I think I mentioned it at least 4 times in the chat. I saw it in the shop today as well. The physical copy is $99.99.
Oh, wow, I got 4 cents off. I paid $99.95.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. That's
wow. That's I don't understand why you'd...
Well,
that's a big ask, isn't it, for a cricket game? Like, I guess they have to sell that thing to subsidise that. It's, like FIFA and that they can sell for $50 because it's like, we're going to sell 100 million copies of this around the world.
Yeah.
But, a cricket game, we're lucky to sell 1 million.
Well, I donated an extra $30 to an Australian developer, so I'm happy about that. And if you had asked me, would I pay $150 from the experience I've had so far? Yes, I would have. It is everything I wanted and more. I will get months and months and months of play out of this.
And in those months, he'll probably only finish 2 matches.
Oh, man, I went for 4 hours last night as my creative player, so you're only doing your own stuff, your own bowling, your own batting. You can field the whole time, but you can just simulate to the next career player has any impact on the game. So I went in between doing that, and I played one game in, 3.5 hours.
Wow. Was that a 2020 or an actual?
4-day Sheffield Shield, because it's got a 20-year career mode. So you start off as a 16-year-old playing for your state. You can get poached by the English bloody county cricket
teams. Yeah.
And you can captain your state and play for your country, captain your country, go to a World Cup. Man, that's right up my alley. That's what I wanted. You can simulate any game you want, but at the moment you get rewards like for a maiden over. You'll get +2 attributes to your seam bowling because I'm a medium-pace seam bowler, an all-rounder. So I do it. I just do it. I'm going to invest hours upon hours, and then I'll simulate for 12 months and then spend all those attribute points and then go again. But online, I'm planning on hopefully, I think it was determined last night, forever. Every Thursday night, I'm going to try and have a stream T20 match with Swifty, and then anyone that's interested can jump on. We'll have a game, but it's something I'll definitely play the shit out of. So $100, yeah, fair enough. I'm probably not looking at too many more titles before tax this year. Well, I got Dragon Age in the mail yesterday from Weeksy, and I got a 20-year career to play on Donald Bradman Cricket. I really don't think I'm going to be in the hunt for too many more games, to be honest. And the only other thing I've done this week is I got another prestige level on Call of Duty for a couple of nights because my very good gaming buddy was out doing like real life shit, so I had to resort to going back to Call of Duty and mingling with the kids again.
Well, they hand out those prestiges like lollies or something. I've never gotten one before.
I'm just a fucking gun, bro.
I've got a confession to make.
Yeah.
With Call of Duty, I have prestiged once, and that was Modern Warfare 2. And you know why that happened?
Why?
Because Reprimir came over for a couple of weeks.
Oh.
And he did it.
I feel so dirty.
It was like level 80 back then.
Yeah, it was. Fucking hell. And then they dropped it to 70. Whoopty fucking zooms.
Actually, there's a technicality to that comment that I've just made. I never actually prestiged. I got to the level cap, but I never prestiged.
Just thought, fuck it, I'm not starting this again.
Well, that's it, because Jason, back then I didn't really know much about prestiging and things like that. It was all fairly new to me. And we got into the level cap, and I'm like, cool, now what do we do to prestige? And he goes, you just go into the settings and hit prestige, and it resets all your shit. I'm like, you what? And he goes, yeah, it resets everything. You lose all your weapons and all your upgrades and shit. I'm like, get fucked, don't you dare. Leave it the way it is. I'll stay at level 80 or whatever it was, level 70.
Advanced Warfare does that as well. Oh, I think they all do pretty much.
Yeah, no thanks. I have a hard enough time as it is with all this shit unlocked. I wanted to take it away from me. Stupid game.
And I touched on Rogue Legacy.
I didn't even play it, so...
Yeah, I touched on Rogue Legacy.
That was it, yeah.
Oh, what else, Red?
Rogue Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
You could fucking keep it.
Yes!
Great concept. Look, very niche. We touched on what we appreciate about those diamonds in the rough last week's podcast when it comes to indie titles. This definitely has the sparkle of a unique sort of experience, but fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, too hard.
I'm not going to rage at a game that I didn't pay for in the first 10 minutes. I'll just like, you know what? I'll give it to my 8-year-old son and let him finish it for me.
It's similar to that Volgar game that came free on the Xbox One, where it's a really, really good game. The only thing is it's very brutal. It's very... I think Cavan referred to it to being like the Dark Souls, like a side-scrolling Dark Souls. And it is. It's hard, but there's like no checkpoint. So if you die, you're back to the beginning.
Yeah.
There may be like maybe one checkpoint halfway through the level. But I watched a video on YouTube of somebody playing it, and as soon as I watched that, I just went, fuck that. Not happening.
Yeah, so that's my week in a nutshell.
Lovely. All right, Sean?
I have started a couple of games this week. So Valiant Hearts, The Great War.
Oh, yeah.
So I put about 2 hours into that. Great. It's awesome. I've found myself spending a lot of time. I don't know if it was the same with you when you were playing it, Luke, but reading all the history and all the books.
I started off this reading it, but there's heaps, so I sort of dropped off towards the middle.
Mm. I've been finding myself. Yeah, there's a lot of history there and a lot of. I think it's good that they do this. We touched on it a little bit when we were talking about Never Alone, how games are starting to bring out the lessons and if you do and make them educational. Yeah, and I think it's great. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. It's got a good concept behind it. I like the period as well. So the Great War and all the history behind it. So yeah, I've done about 2 hours into that. So I'm looking to finish that off this week. But it's true, there's about 8 hours worth of campaign on it?
Yeah, 6 to 8 hours, yeah.
Yeah?
It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. A game like that, I would normally think it'd be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually quite a long game.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And a really good story.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm finding at the moment, that it's a very good story. So, yeah, anyone out there that hasn't played it and can pick it up for relatively cheap at the moment, I'd suggest you get Valiant Hearts: A Great War. So
it's got a nice balance between sort of tear-jerking sort of story parts as well as light-hearted, funny stuff. I thought it was a perfect balance.
Mm. The next is The Wolf Among Us. So I'm guessing I'm about 3/4 of the way through the first episode of that. So I bought Valiant Hearts and Wolf Among Us in it. But what are you shawning?
You meant to play them in one sitting.
I've been playing it. I started it last night, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired, so I turned it off, and then I was playing it this afternoon, and it got to like 7:30, and I'm like, oh shit, podcast.
So you had 2 sittings of 1 episode and didn't finish it.
Well, yeah. I'm going to finish it after this, so I should have just said, cut that out, edit it. I finished the first episode of Among Us.
Too late.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I'll be really interested to find out what you think of all of the episodes. So by the time we get to episode 150, I'll expect that you tell us about it.
Yeah, all right. I'll have a shiny platinum trophy then. Heroes of the Storm, I've been playing a heap of it this week.
Fuck it.
I love it.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. So, Luke, you got it. I sent you a beta code for that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Thoughts?
So you're still enjoying it, are you?
I am. I'm loving it. I love all the different game modes and all the different, like the little side things that League of Legends didn't have, like your mines, and then you had to do, all the little side mission-y bits that are a part of the main objective. So.
Yes. Well, I did get the beta code from you. That was very, very kind of you to give that to me. I downloaded it overnight last night and played it this afternoon. For starters, it is League of Legends. It's not like League of Legends. It is League of Legends. It even comes with its very own League of Legends followers, the people that actually play with you from League of Legends, that are all massive assholes.
Really?
Little pricks. Like my first online match, and I get matched up with these other assholes, and it was 30 seconds into the match, and a message pops up on my screen saying, and it gives you all the little strange little curses when they write a swear word.
Yeah.
And it said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then I replied back, "Who, me?" He goes, "Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?" And I wrote back, "What do you mean? Am I doing something wrong?" And he goes, "Is this your first game or something?" And I wrote back, "As a matter of fact, it is." And he goes, "Well, can you fuck off and go and do the tutorial?" So I replied back, "Believe it or not, I finished the tutorial. What am I doing wrong?" And he goes, "You're supposed to have one person in every line or whatever. It's got the 3 different parts. You're supposed to have one in each so you can get XP." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't want to rob you of your precious XP, but believe it or not, the tutorial said nothing of the sort." And he said, "Fucking noobs." It went on for a while, me saying, "Do you want to stop being an arsehole and help me out and tell me how to play or what?" And then I thought, you know what? This game is League of Legends. It's just got different characters. People are arseholes. Fuck this game, and I turned it off.
Well, I believe the technical term you used earlier was quite well described. What were they? Arse fucks.
Oh, yeah. Arse fucks, yeah. Little shit.
Does XP even matter in the fucking beta?
I don't.
Well, it does, because the whole thing is you're trying to level your team up. So if you've got 2 guys going through the thing, there's 5 players on the team. So I don't know what the fuck is going on about saying there needs to be a person in every lane, because that's still 2 extra characters that are left over that aren't in lanes. Yeah. But anyway, you're leveling up as a team XP, not as an individual XP.
But the thing is as well with it, it's taking away the douchebags that you play with. Like the actual game, I think they need to fix the mouse controls, because how annoying is having to press A before you can attack on the keyboard? Now you got to do that?
Yeah, you can just click it over the person you're trying to attack and right-click them.
Well, the game taught me to press A first.
That's if you're at a distance from them. If you get in nice and close to them, you just right-click on them.
Whatever. Yeah, good tutorial. And you've got to press like Q, W, E, R, T, or whatever for all your different moves and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I found it Gumby. I mean, I'm not the best PC player guy, but I found myself just mashing all of them just to do stuff, and it would bring up a little arrow on the ground of like, you know, a different little animation drawing
what you were doing to them,
to show what you're doing to them. And that I just, in the end, I'm just pressing everything and pressing and clicking on everything in sight, and then doing the old French trick and just run away because you're getting smashed, and hide behind the minions and stuff. I thought I was doing a good job. But what do you got to do? You've got to try and beat the their minions to get health back. Then you've got to smash their little barricades on the way to their side. So eventually you just got to destroy their tower or whatever it is there.
Yep.
What was I doing wrong?
I was just a dickhead, mate. That's just what it is. You're just playing with a dickhead. I used to have it all the time. That's why I stopped the League of Legends, and that was because when I went into it and I was playing it, you'd have people like that there.
Now,
you know, like I'd be playing some even days. This is the thing. I'd play with like Paulie and Julian or all that, and we'd have random people jumping into our game, and we're like the three players, and then they had other two guys. There was two guys on there that came on one day, and we were playing this game away, and then next thing you know, these guys just start abusing me, and they're like lower level characters than I am.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, you're just a fuckwit.
And that's another thing the guy said to me, because he goes, "Is this your first game or something?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And he goes, "Oh, great. How did I get put with you?"
Yeah, that's
like, what is wrong with people? Do they not like? I know the answer to this question. They're just children and they've got no idea. But I just posed the question, like, I don't think I was ever like this. But what is wrong with human beings that spend all their time on computer and don't have any social interactions other than through chat? Why do they have to be nasty? It's one of those questions that doesn't need to be asked because it can't be answered really. But it's a shit thing. If you're playing online with people, have a go at being nice.
It's very typical of this generation.
Why do these people need to breed and live in negativity? Like, do they just that's their life source? That's how they gain XP in their own little fucking bullshit dungeon that they play in. But whatever happened to being nice to people?
Like jumping onto a game and going, "Oh, you know, this guy's new, let's help him out."
Yeah. Hey, you know what you're doing there? That's probably the wrong thing to do because you're going to get smashed. Try doing this.
Yeah.
How about that? Everybody, even that spastic that I had a chat with today, everybody is a noob at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
did he get the beta and open it up and instantly become a fucking awesome guy at it? Did he never have his first game and just
the thing that
jumped
he said
in at
to me
level 50?
Is he said something along the lines of like, how is somebody this bad at MOBAs? And I wrote back, because I've had sex before.
You can be as nasty as you like, but I know what a vagina tastes like.
But straight away, and I wasn't nasty to him. Like, I didn't say anything to him before he fucking unleashed on me, and then I started being a smart ass to him. But yeah, I don't understand people's just go straight from I've never met this person before, I'm just going to be rude to them.
Yeah.
You know, you do that in real life and you get your head punched in.
Yeah.
That's their protection. That's why they do it, because they know they can get away with it.
That's probably because he's been at school all day getting his head punched in.
Yeah, probably. I would expect those people.
But when I come online, I am a legend, because nobody knows who I am or how geeky my glasses are or how many pimples I have.
Anyway, is there a way to turn off that shitty chat thing?
Yeah, you just push the uninstall button on...
because the problem is, it's right in the middle of the screen. Did you notice that, Sean?
I thought it was to the left.
No, well, I don't know if it's different for you, but in my game, it was smack bang in the middle of the screen. The chat would pop up in the middle.
Oh, so you couldn't even ignore it.
Well, no, I couldn't, because it kept popping up right in my face.
Yeah.
If I could turn that off and get 4 other people that I know to play, I might give it a go again, because the characters are cool. Like, I saw, Diablo pops in there as one of the enemies, and, there's...
Well, they did a character rotation this week, so you actually had Diablo last week, with, like, Tyrael? Yeah. from Diablo. He's one of the characters this week. So
yeah, so I probably might give it a go, but other than that, I'm fucking done with that because
when it comes out for free once they release it, like, and all of us have a chance to have it on the PC. You know what? Like, I'll be happy to jump on any time and go, you know what? Let's get 5 of us on, and we'll all go and we'll have a game of it. You know,
learn.
But,
Let's see if we can get 5 people to play it though, because in my opinion, I don't think that our demographic has any interest in a MOBA. It's fucking repetitive nonsense. It's running up and down a corridor.
Yeah. The thing that it's got, the thing that I think is that it's got going for it is not just one map. Like League of Legends is one map. There's it's Summoner's Rift, and that is it. There is no other map for it. And this one here's got a few maps, and being a fan of the Blizzard universes, like I see, like there's the pirate from Booty Bay on one of the levels where you need to collect, like do the little side, like, well, in League of Legends they're like the jungle creatures. So you'll find like the golems and stuff that you get in this. So if you go around and you kill them on the little side bits, he'll drop coins, and then you take the coins to the pirate, and he will actually blast cannons at the enemy defenses and stuff like that. It gives a little bit extra to it, I think, anyway. So
all that it's got going for me is the subject matter. I like the characters, that's it. The rest of it is just League of Legends, as far as I can see anyway.
And lastly, I have acquired a copy of Dying Light this week, so I've probably done about 3.5 to 4 hours worth. It's awesome.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it looks brilliant. It looks amazing. My first night on it, I kind of spat the dummy and turned the console off. I know you were going to bring it up, so
I wasn't going to bring it up. That was a dark hour for all of us. I wasn't going to bring that up, but you brought it up now, bitch.
Yeah, well, I was very tired the other night, and I was there, and you guys jumped into the game. The first time I played it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and you're up here, and Red's like, throw a Molotov cocktail at him. You throw a Molotov cocktail at me, hits me in the head, knocks me to the ground, sets me on fire, and I'm like, I just pushed the PlayStation button and just went, boom, turned the whole fucking system off. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not. So yeah, I
made a Kleenex dispenser.
Yeah. So I just crawled into the fetal position and yeah.
So you turned your PlayStation off. You didn't actually see Red and I teabagging the fuck out of your burnt corpse?
No. I just turned the whole PlayStation off, which in turn, Red, you dropped weapons for me. They're gone.
Yeah. Because
I hadn't saved.
Oh.
Yeah, so there was that as well, which when I turned it back on, I kind of went, oh. But anyway.
That's all right. I've got heaps more for you.
Yeah. All right. So I've been playing a bit of that and enjoying it. I just like the draw distance on it's awesome, the lighting effects, how the zombies look, and then you get to nighttime and it just scares the fuck out of you because you're that tense trying to run and dodge things, and there's a straight line to where you need to go, but there's like 10 of those, what are they called? The
volatiles?
Yeah, volatiles. I was going to call them bloaters. Yeah, there's 10 volatiles in the way, so you're trying to sneak around them, and
shit gets real.
Yeah, it does. And then I walked outside the tower last night, and I'm like, oh, I need to go and do this thing. Walked outside the tower, and then as soon as I walked out the front door, there was a volatile there, and I'm like, oh, run back inside. I hope it doesn't chase me inside this.
The safe zone?
Yeah.
No, they don't come in the safe zone.
Oh, it would be funny if you like ran and jumped into the safe zone and then ran around to the elevator and went upstairs, and then the volatile just come in and ate everyone down the
You brought it upon us. No,
NPCs.
They don't come inside unless Red drop kicks them through the door.
I keep sending zombies in there after Luke.
But it's funny when they find themselves inside like the area that they're obviously programmed not to be. It's like they stand there and they go, I am so in trouble right now. The developers are going to crack the shits and write code to kick me out of the game now.
Yeah, I am so going to be in the next update.
Yeah, that's right. And then they like sort of slowly the one that I've seen anyway, he stands there and he's sort of having that thought like, fuck, I'm in trouble now. And then he sort of turns around and he's like really slowly run, and then he just fucking bolts out and pisses off. Like, maybe they didn't see me in here. I hope he wasn't streaming. But then you just turn on that electric fence thing at the front door and it fries him.
Ooh, nice.
It's a trophy for killing one. Have you killed one yet?
A volatile?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, do that at that main safe house in the slums. You just go up to the front door, stand out the front and bait them, and they'll chase you, and they'll stand on that electric fence thing and just turn it on.
Ah.
Oh, and then while there's
is that the tower or the actual safe zone?
At the bottom of the tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
And yeah, that's about it. I've downloaded a couple of extra things I want to look at over the next week. So I've got Tales of the Borderland with the Xbox One. And
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it because...
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're able to down that with the... what do you call it? Home Xbox or whatever it is?
Yeah, Home Xbox.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and
that's
I'm also just being a total scab off you this week, Luke, because I've got your library on Steam as well, so I'm going to give that other one a go. The Life is Strange. So.
Yeah, I went into the settings today to try and fucking work out how to fucking turn that off, you scab, because you haven't fixed mine up yet.
Yeah?
We swapped Xbox accounts, and I've looked on there. The only game that was there to download was mine.
Was this one?
That I'd uninstalled. Well, everything that you own on the Xbox, I either already own. Well, yeah, no, that's it. Everything that you must have.
Well, it's Never Alone on there.
No, actually, that's it. Yeah, the only thing that I didn't own that you did was Never Alone, which I have already played and own on the PS4.
Yes.
I fucking buy something, Sean.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually buy Titanfall, so...
I've already got it!
Yeah? Well, I'll go to EB and buy it then, so I don't have to download it onto the console. They've actually got a nice sale on this week, everybody, as well, so... I think they got like the Evil Within for like $45 and Titanfall for $28 or something.
I went in there today. Yeah, grab Titanfall if you want on disc. Downloading it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Trials Fusion, $23 or something. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I've got Trials Fusion, so.
Oh, just mentioning it for anybody listening.
Oh yeah,
this is being recorded and it gets played to people.
Ah, that is correct. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've got a sale at the moment. It's probably going to be finished by the time this goes to air, or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's about it.
All right. Now, I won't go through Heroes of the Storm again. I know how much I love talking about that game. Heroes of the League of Legends. I did play. I don't really have much to really talk about this week, but I played Trials. I really don't have enough. Can't get enough of that game. I've been doing the Monday-itis task given from Stooch this week. He's made that a hard one. Dirt Derby, but with the Roach, which is it was a bit tricky because I don't have a time set with the Roach. My time's with the TKO Panda, and you can't. I don't, in my opinion anyway, you can't do a time faster on the Roach than the Panda. But because I've already got my fast time there on the Panda, it doesn't record any of my times on the Roach.
Oh, wow.
Because it's slow. Like compared to my Panda run, it doesn't register because it's much slower. It's about 5 seconds slower. So it's a bit tricky to keep track of what my times are. But anyway, I've been trying that.
Franco.
I've actually played a bit of that.
That's a good idea, Red.
I played a little bit of that this week as well, and I'm so raging at that bloody Dirt Derby level.
Oh yeah, that's going to be really hard.
The Panda, it's just that last section on it.
Yeah, it is.
I get through and I'm keeping up to yours, and I just get, you need to time it perfect to hit that jump so that you don't land on top of the next jump just before the finish line.
Yeah, That ruins it. What's my time, like 43.7 or something?
Yeah, you've smashed it again, another like second off it.
Yeah.
Every time I look at it, I go, fuck off. And now Nico's beat me as well.
Yeah, well, the reason why I got back into that and topped my old time is because Nico beat it. So then I beat it again, betted it. Yeah. Yeah, so, beg your pardon?
He should stick to bowling.
Yes, he should. Hey, Nico!
Want to go bowling?
Dying Light. I played Dying Light a fair bit this week. I played it a fair bit today, this afternoon as well, because I bought the season pass. In the news this week, I've got information of what the season pass gets. Now, the first DLC drop is, I think, less than impressive. All you get is 2 quarantine zones for $7.50 or whatever it is. I don't even think that would be worth $3 in my opinion. But I bought the season pass and downloaded all what was available. But I did both of those quarantine zones. They are good quarantine zones, but that's all they are. I mean, you get given 10 of them from the get-go, and you only get an extra 2 that are pretty much just the same as what you've got. But anyway, it's we'll talk about the season pass later in the news and the reason why I bought the season pass. Divinity Original Sin. I picked that up on Steam. It was on sale for about $32 Australian. So I bought that on Acialis's recommendation. Well, I basically describe that game as is very similar to a couple of games in one, I guess. It'd be like Diablo. You've got that isometric top-down view of your players. You've got you can have a team of 4, so 3 AIs, or you can play co-op with 3 other mates. Now, that's the difference between Diablo's is you can have those 4 with you all the time. Whereas in Diablo, I think you can only get 1, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you get one of those guys run around with you. But you can actually swap around and use the other guys. So when you're in battle, which also different is it's turn-based. So for those wondering what that means, it's like Pokemon or Final Fantasy. It goes into a battle sort of animation, and you all stand there, and you're on sort of like a grid, and you get like Hearthstone. You get like points to use, whereas in Hearthstone you got those mana crystals. In this, you've got these little points that are lined up on the bottom. So you can either move, and I think a step takes 1 point. So you can either move to a strategic position, or you can attack, and different attacks will use different amounts of your skill point things. And there's your enemies are things like orcs or the undead and things like that. I haven't encountered much more than that at the moment. It's quite hard to start off with. It takes a while to level up. I'm only up to like level 3, 4 maybe, and there might be 2, 3, 4 of you, but there might be like 10 of them, and it's really tricky, and you don't one hit them by any means. And Acialis, I had a chance to play some co-op with him, and I appreciated that because he gave me a bit of the rundown because he's been playing it for a bit. Apparently, it's not a good idea to go outside the walls until you've done a fair bit of, side missions. So there's a bit of grinding, like there's people inside the safe walls that you can help out to help you level up. But basically, from what I gather, you don't really want to go out and venture to the undead until you're up to at least level 5 or 6. Because most of the enemies I found were about 5 or 6, and I was like level 2, and I was getting my ass handed to me. But one of the biggest and most attractive things for this game to me is that you can interact with pretty much everything in the game. Like if there's a box on the ground, you can loot it. If there's you're inside a safe zone or whatever and it's other people's property, you can steal it. It's kind of like Skyrim.
Yep.
Whereas if you take somebody's property and they see you, they'll crack the shits and they will chase you and you'll get in trouble and then they'll hate you and stuff like that. I don't think the chickens will kill you or they'll kill you for killing a chicken, but believe it or not, you can talk to the chickens.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, there's an ability that you can unlock where you can talk to animals and they can give you hints and shit because they see all, wouldn't I love to be a fly on the wall where you can talk to the animals in the bush and stuff and they can give you hints as to what's happened and what shit went down before you got there. So it seems like an interesting game.
Does it have taxing specs for the requirement?
Oh, no, not at all. Like, my automatic settings were ultra. and it runs at 60 frames. It's. I couldn't imagine you would need much of a rig. As long as you do have a dedicated graphics card, I think you're going to be happy days playing this game. Like, if it all struggled, you can put it down to low settings. But I did look at the specs, and they're not overly demanding, actually. I might have those specs handy. If you give me a sec.
Do you mind me asking what you paid again? I know you told me.
32.
Oh, yeah.
It's less than that, but with the Australian dollar being a bit past, it turned out about 32 in real money, or Aussie money anyway.
Real money.
Yeah. I've got the specs here. So the minimum, the Windows XP, SP3 higher, so that's low. Like the OS is low, so it's not going to expect much. Intel Core Duo 2 gig of RAM, HD Intel Graphics 4000 or NVIDIA GeForce 8800 GT, 512 megabytes, or an ATI Radeon HD 4850 or equivalent. DirectX 9, 10 gig space, and DirectX 9 compliant for the sound card. And recommended's not much more than that, really. It's
we all should pretty much double that in today's day and age anyway.
Yeah, you need an Intel i5 for recommendation. I've got an i7 though, mine's pretty beef. 4 gig of RAM, I've got 16.
Yeah, I've got an i7.
NVIDIA GeForce GTX 550, which is exactly what I have. DirectX 9, 10 gig, blah blah blah. Yeah. So look, it's not labour intensive. Some people might not be able to get the ultra specs, but you definitely get the recommended.
Awesome.
If your PC's a year or two old, you'll be laughing. But yeah, look, that's about all I've played this week.
You've been playing real life.
I have been playing real life. I've been busy working. I've just smashed out 48 hours.
To go to work this week.
48 hours in 4 days, Sean. How often do you do that?
I'd done that last week in Dying Light.
Yeah, you did too.
No, good on you. That's not to take away from taxable income.
That's like 2 days straight.
Yeah.
In 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah, in 4 days you also had 48 hours off work, so.
Oh. Yeah, come on, man. Half full, half empty. Whoa.
All right. Well, yeah. Look, that's all I've got to say about my week. So if you've got no questions, we can move on to news.
Yay!
All right. Let's do it. All right, first up in news, Godus, their promise fails to come to fruition. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
No.
No?
The brainchild of Mr. Peter Molyneux.
Do you remember that game Curiosity on the iPhones and smartphones? With the cubes, you had to tap the cubes?
Yeah.
Well, that game was actually a competition. And the person who revealed the last cube, so tapped the last cube to reveal what was inside the box or the cube, won a prize. And that winner was Brian Henderson. And he was supposed to get, so he was promised a special god powers in the final version of the game called Godus. He was going to be like the overarching god of the entire game.
God of gods.
He was the god of gods, and his power would basically be to affect weather, affect creatures, affect everything. And he could either be a good god and help people and be nice, or he could be an absolute dictator and reign over, and people would hate him. But the thing is, he would be a god for a limited time once the game was released, and if he was a good god and people wanted him, he could continue his reign, or they could try and overthrow him. That was the concept behind it anyway. On top of him becoming the god of gods, he was also promised a certain percentage of all profit that the game would brought in. So it was was a big prize. It had a potential to make this Brian Henderson guy pretty rich. However, none of it's happened, and there's a bit of a story behind it. But it's a bit disheartening. But the game is still in development, and none of that stuff is going to actually happen for this guy unless they can get the multiplayer working, because it doesn't work. I was an early adopter. I purchased the early access version of Godus over a year ago now, and I haven't touched it. I played it for a bit when it first came out, and I really enjoyed it. But there's a lot of features in it that don't work, and it was frustrating. I'm like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't. I want to do this, but I can't. So then, you know what, stuff it. I'll leave it. In 6 months' time, I'll pick it up when they let me know that it's finished. It's still not finished, and it still doesn't have the multiplayer aspect. So old mate, who's going to be a god of gods, can't do diddly squat, and he hasn't seen any money. So Brian was telling this interviewer that he would send emails every week, and they would reply and sort of keep him up to date as to how development was going. But I've got a quote here, and it says, "Eventually I was like, they're not being professional at all. Communication is non-existent, so I'm not even going to try anymore." So it all faded away. They stopped talking to him. They didn't really give him any updates. So he just sort of lost interest and thought, you know what, I'll write that off. Nothing's going to come of this. That's a disgrace, really. Peter Molyneux, he's the head of 22 Cans. Yeah, he's come out and put out a video as well, which is on YouTube and all that, trying to smooth things over and saying, look, it's not going to plan. There have been some issues. People that backed us on Kickstarter, it is an unfortunate thing that not all promises are going to be able to met because they've got technical issues. But on top of that, even promises for the kickstarting people that have backed it, people that paid over £200 or something like that were supposed to get some sort of booklet. And Peter Molyneux has explained that he hasn't sent any of them out yet. I think that should be a priority too. If you're taking people's money and telling them they're getting something, you have to uphold that. You have to get it to happen. And the game is way overdue, and it's a big disaster.
Apparently as well with this, they've dropped it onto a smaller team, and Peter Molyneux's actually gone on to a new project which he's supposedly working on. So he hasn't even finished it. He's passed it off on another team, and they're like, you guys have got control of it now, you just try to finish it. And I was playing when it came out through the lovely family share, I had a go of it. And then the other day I thought, you know what, I haven't seen this. I wonder what's happened to all my followers. And I went back onto it again, and it restarted me from the start, and it's a completely different game. It looked completely different. There was like a tutorial thing at the start and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they must have reset they've reset the whole, like they've gone, taken the game off that was on there before and put this new one on there. Because I actually got it on the iPad as well.
Yeah.
And I was playing through it a bit on the iPad, because that's the other bit where Peter Molyneux was attacked, was they've gone, well, there's people waiting for it on PC and you haven't been able to give it to them yet, but yet you've bought out this iOS game for it, which is basically like a pay to win. So they're getting all this cash from people that are deciding that they're going to dish out real money for in-game items on the Apple iOS devices or Android or whatever. And so they're constantly getting more money, and they're not delivering a product. Peter Molyneux's had a history of doing things like this, and he is very, well, there's a lot of hate towards him in the gaming industry and amongst gamers and amongst developers as well, because a lot of the stuff that he brings out, he just doesn't finish, or he doesn't it doesn't go any further than an awesome concept. And he used to be the head of Lionhead Studio, and they're the people that brought out Fable. And that was absolutely fantastic, that series, and I really loved it. And then remember when Kinect was coming out, the original Kinect on the 360, they had a plan to do it was a game called Milo.
Yeah, that's right.
And it had the kid that lived inside, basically the kid that lived inside your Xbox, and you could interact with Milo. That never happened.
No, never did.
And that was something that I was looking at and going, you know what, this is really, really cool. So, but then is it stepping over the line that, I've got this magic friend inside the Xbox named Milo, and he knows all this shit about me, and it was something that never came to light. So, is he being too ambitious with the things he's doing, or is he just...
Have you seen his head, though?
Yeah.
That bloke's got a head for politics, that guy. He's a dead-set politician in the gaming industry. That with a head like that, I'd be hiding behind shit too.
Well, everything you're saying about there with money and not delivering and everything, I was going to go, shit, Abbott's making games.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's like a gremlin version of Tony Abbott, and that's saying something.
Yeah. Well, it's. I'll just send you the link quickly of what I'm looking at on the story, and if you look at the screen capture of the video, it looks like he's got Jay and Silent Bob and Robert Downey Jr. sitting with him at the table. Oh, Jay and Robert Downey Jr. Too many excuses.
Yeah, it does look like Jay and Robert Downey Jr.
And
but look at his head. He's dead set fucking Schmeagol.
Yeah, just continued broken promises, and people don't.
He'd be suited on the side of the street handing out boiled lollies to kids. That's what he should do. All right, yeah, well, that's...
It just annoys me when he talks as well, because he's just passing the buck, and he's just...
So he does sound like a politician.
Something.
Yeah, he's a politician, massively. A politician's spliced with Gollum.
Gracias.
I've seen The Lord of the Rings now. I can make comments about it.
We played Shadow of Mordor. He's in that too.
Yes, very good. All right, let's move on to the next news item.
Okay, Resogun is has got a free update. So, and there's a new expansion coming on the 17th of February. So, on the PS4, they said there's a massive free content update, and it's got a human gallery and photo mode in it, and extra trophies.
A human gallery?
Yeah, well, that's what they're called. The update adds a human gallery and photo mode.
So you can go into a gallery and have a look at the humans that are essentially exactly the same as each other, and they're little stick figures.
Well, possibly, yes. And then you can take photos of them that look exactly the same. And
that sounds absolutely stupid.
Yes. And so they got Resogun Defenders, which is coming on the 17th, and that's going to be another one of the paid expansions, which I'm guessing will roughly be about $6 or $7, like the last one was. And so there's 2 new modes coming, which is Protector. Guess what you've got to do in that?
Protect things.
Yep. And then there's Commando mode. So
Commando things.
No, in Commando mode,
the humans aren't wearing underpants.
You might think, but you actually take on the role of a human equipped with a minigun.
Oh!
And it supports co-op and competitive multiplayer.
And no underpants.
And no underpants.
I'm playing Commando mode Commando.
Yeah. Well, I do the podcast Commando, so...
With a webcam. It was funny, I was streaming the other day, and I had the webcam going, and then I needed to get up and go out into the other room or whatever. And then I stopped and thought, fuck, I'm not wearing any pants. I'm stuck at the computer until I finish this stream.
Which issue a 24-hour ban for not enough clothing.
I've seen your room and I know where the webcam points, so...
What? Yeah. Where does it point, John?
Oh, it was your security camera or something that you had. It was on your desk, and it used to point towards the door, which looked like you'd be sitting there on the webcam, but yeah, with no pants on.
Hey, cool story, bro. More dragons. All right, let's move on. Red.
An EA executive has said there will probably be a sequel to Titanfall. I'm guessing it'll be called Titanfall 2.
4 Titans.
And he's indicated that it won't be, probably won't be exclusive to Xbox only.
Yeah, there's a few Xbox One or Xbox fanboys that are up in arms about this, a bit upset about it. I don't get it. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, well, that was basically where I was headed. So what's the problem? You know, obviously, Microsoft didn't sell as many ones as they wanted to initially, so maybe the game didn't make as much money as they were first predicting. But you just open it up to the Wii. Sorry, see what I've done there? The PlayStation and whatnot. You're about to probably sell, if not as a ballpark figure, double the amount of copies.
But see, the comment that was made on the Facebook page by somebody I can't remember the name of said that this is going to hurt the Xbox One. How is that going? How is opening up to a broader audience going to hurt the console?
Not enough people bought the console just for Titanfall, so I don't see people jumping ship and buying a PlayStation just for Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I don't understand how, or if it was exclusive, how it would help them. Like, people aren't, like you said, they're not going to jump out and go and buy an Xbox One now because there's a sequel.
Yeah.
I don't think it would hurt. I don't think it makes a difference at all. I think, yeah, okay, maybe it's a bit of a disappointing thing that the Xbox One loses an exclusive. But in my opinion, I don't think the game should have been an exclusive in the first place. But it's like it's a board exclusive. Like, yeah, that wasn't Microsoft that made that, was it?
No, it was EA.
That's right. So I understand if Microsoft made it, it's theirs. Yeah, okay, you keep it. Same with when Sony makes a game. But
I'm just going to touch on that point. I'm going to touch on that point you just made. How, as an Xbox owner, even if that's your only console, like I've only got a PlayStation because that's what I can afford at the moment, how is a game coming out on another platform going to change your life as an individual?
So now that it's no longer an exclusive?
Yeah, how's that change the Xbox player when they go out and buy Titanfall 2? Like, I don't get how it's going to hurt. It's a very spiteful, narrow-minded point of view, and I don't mean to tread on any toes or hurt anyone's feelings here. I understand what it's like to be compassionate about a brand or about something you truly believe in, but isn't opening up the broader spectrum of games to everyone, potentially, if you're talking consoles, when you say everyone, either someone's got one, two, or the other sort of thing, isn't opening up stuff to everyone just more beneficial for games in general and enjoyment?
Well, you'd think so. I mean, there's one thing that did pop into my head then. For people that do own both consoles, I guess it does hurt them there, because if Titanfall 2 comes out on the PlayStation, I'm not buying it on the Xbox One.
This also opens up to, well, last week there was some Sony Computer Entertainment was sold off, so a lot of their IPs now, online entertainment. So they're looking at people are up in arms at the moment that Titanfall is going to be cross-platform. So's God of War. Potentially. You God of War. Maybe your next Killzone's going to be cross-platform.
Little Big Planet. Yeah.
Little Big Planet. Yeah. It's opening up to these things. So, and you know what? It's not hurting a console.
Well, I don't,
because especially with Titanfall 2, it's not hurting a console because it's not Microsoft. It's EA. EA is the ones that are making the money from it. So,
you know what does hurt? When they take something away.
Yeah. Tomb Raider.
Oh.
That's what fucking hurts consoles, and that's what pisses people off as well. They're not going to. Well, I haven't heard anything about this, but they're not going to make it a PlayStation exclusive. Titanfall 2. That would be stupid, and that would hurt the consoles. They're just adding it. They're not taking it away like they've done with Tomb Raider, which I think is fucking shit. But anyway,
I'll play Titanfall 2 while you're playing Tomb Raider 3.
I will be buying Tomb Raider though.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be awesome.
It's not something that I would boycott. It's just an opinion that I have. In boycotting, I think that I'm punishing myself as well as them.
Wow. Yeah,
well, myself more than them anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to go without for $80, are they?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to boycott us, are you? Okay, we'll just have to count on the other 10 million copies of the game that we sell.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, well, look, that'll do for that one. Is that back to me now?
Yes, mate.
All right, let me go through the Dying Light Season Pass. It's been detailed. The first DLC dropped, I think, 2 days ago on the 10th. Be a few more days now when you're listening to this. But anyway, Cuisine and Cargo came out. Now, it's available exclusive as a part of the Season Pass offer, but you can... This is a bit strange because I saw it on the store for $7, but apparently from this report that I've got here, it's only for Season Pass holders, so that's a bit confusing. I'll have to clarify that, I guess. They come with 2, well, it says hardcore missions, but it's those quarantine zones.
Quarantine zones, yeah.
And that's it. So you just got to go through, do the little mission. There's one is the cargo area, which is like an abandoned train yard, and the other one, Cuisine, it's like a restaurant. It's an old restaurant or whatever that's been overrun by zombies. You go in, you do a couple of little tasks, you kill all the zombies, and you get out, and that's it. And that's all you get for the first drop. So it's a bit, I think it's a bit lacking. But look, I purchased it because of the other things that are coming. Now, also in the Season Pass is going to be the Ultimate Survival Bundle, which is coming out in March. Now, the players will receive 7 unique in-game items that will bring fighting zombies to a whole new level. Grab 3 special outfits and 4 blueprints for over-the-top weapons to make your adventure in the quarantine zone even more fun. So apparently there's going to be, as part of the DLC, there'll be so extra weapons and skins as well. Now the next one that's going to come out in May, which is the final Season Pass drop, is going to deliver a new map and new gameplay. Playable in single-player mode and co-op, you can go inside the Haran Stadium and test your combat know-how against relentless hordes of the infected. Fight increasingly stronger enemies, waves, as you oppose a mysterious psychopath, Bozak.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
Bozak,
yeah.
I know who he is.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
I don't remember him. Was he in the story, was he?
No, SideQuest.
SideQuest, okay, yeah.
And every time I heard it, I go, Bozak's rules.
Oh, right, I have heard you say that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're going to be verse him. But yeah, that's the big thing is the extra map. You're going to be another map. So I don't know if they're referring to that new map just as the stadium, or if the stadium
is in the new map.
Yeah, is it in? Because is there a Haran Stadium in the slums or Old Town?
No.
I don't think so. It might be either in the new map or it might be the new map. I don't know. Also,
the Season's Pass is going to be out before the physical copies.
Yeah, probably. Free DLC is also on the way, and that's going to have hard mode and new skins free of charge. And apparently they don't have a date for it, but they're saying, Techland is saying that it's very soon.
Around the start of March, apparently. Yeah.
They should have a $2.95 platinum.
Yeah, because you can't get it normally.
Yeah. Oh, well, no. I've tried.
Bugged. Yeah, so that was the third one there in May that sort of took my interest. And I thought, you know what, bugger it, I'll just get the Season Pass. I'm rich, I'll just splash my cash.
Yeah, boy.
I just borrowed the money off the bank and credit card. I'll pay it back next month. That's it for that one. Who's got the next news?
Oh, I'm going to call it for next week that the physical copy is going to be delayed again.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It's only a physical act of printing them. I don't think it'll be. I don't think so.
Right.
Do you want to take a bet?
Yeah.
No, I've done bets with you before, Sean. Actually, I was going to say you don't pay up, but I lost the last one.
Yeah.
No, you did not by the letter. Oh, if you're talking about the Destiny thing.
I can't remember what it was. Was it the Destiny thing?
Destiny season pass for Destiny.
That I'd buy the expansion.
Well, I want that.
Yes.
Oh no, you didn't.
After a while.
Well, we didn't put a date, did we?
Yeah, a month.
Oh, okay, maybe we did. Was it with a month?
Sean won. No, Luke won.
Yes.
Get it?
Luke won.
Yeah, see what I've done there? Give him a plug.
All right.
Thank you.
Luke's favourite company, Blizzard.
Changing the subject, he said.
Move along, nothing to see here. World of Warcraft Charity Pet has raised $1.9 million for Ebola relief in Africa.
What's a charity pet?
Well, they've got like little pets and like you know how you get like skins and mounts and all that kind of stuff that you can buy for your characters and that. Like with the special editions of all the Blizzard games, if you have special editions, they usually throw you a pet for World of Warcraft, and so you can usually they just follow you around everywhere, and then you can have pet battles and all that kind of stuff.
Like Pokemon.
And and so they had this charity pet, which was called Argy, and he looked like a little goat, but he's a space goat.
Intergalactic nibbler.
Yeah, a space goat named Argy.
There was another goat that used this week, but we won't talk about that one.
Uh-huh.
It was like a simulator game. It's all good. Keep going.
Yeah, and there was a $10 adoption fee, they called it. So you could buy the space goat, and all the money that was raised, 100% of it, went to the American Red Cross, and they were using the money for Ebola relief efforts in Africa. So,
cool.
Yeah. So $10 they would have sold us at 190,000.
Church change.
Yeah, 190,000 pets they would have sold, $1.9 million. But they always do it, like they've said here, that previous pets have used the money for like relief in the Japanese earthquake, tsunami relief efforts, and also the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So it's a great way to raise money, I guess, you know. Yeah. Yep. They make a tiny little... they probably put a skin on another pet.
That's right, yeah.
Put it up,
and everything,
yeah. All it is the skin on a pet that they've already built, and put it on there for $10, and people are buying them.
With everything already existing, how long do you reckon it would take them to make a new character?
Oh, nothing. A day.
A day, I reckon. Probably not even that. That's good, using their powers for good.
Yep.
Because with great power comes great responsibility.
Thanks, Uncle, whatever your name was.
Ben.
Welcome, and we should all take one quick second out of our gaming thing to welcome Spider-Man to the Marvel Universe again. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
That's not really. That's not really. He'll never be Ben Affleck.
He'll never be an Avenger, though.
Yes, he is.
Ben Affleck is going to be Spider-Man.
No, he's Batman.
He's Batman.
I know that, but I read somewhere that he is also going to be Spider-Man. I don't know if it's true or not.
No, I think the next Spider-Man is going to be African-American.
Yeah. Oh, really?
But yeah, sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
The next Avengers movie is actually they're all going to be Ben Affleck.
No, I bet you'll see Spider-Man in the new Captain America movie, the Civil War one. He needs to be part of that story.
What, in the Civil War?
I think Spider-Man needs to be laid to rest.
But yeah, so Sony gave Spider-Man back to Marvel yesterday.
That's nice of them.
Sorry. Yeah. All right, moving on.
I actually saw a funny cartoon about Spider-Man, and they're like, my spider sense is tingling, and then he starts having this little bit of a fit, and he goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, that's not a spider sense, it's you're actually having mini strokes, which are caused by the venom that's pumping through your veins.
Oh, shit. So, something game-related?
Go for it.
The DICE Awards. I've got the whole list here. I think I shot it off to you two guys.
Yep.
But one of the major winners from this news article is Shadow of Mordor, which is not too much of a surprise, really. It probably deserved a little recognition for its brilliance, to be honest. But the major ones, real quickly, we've got Game of the Year, Dragon Age, Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction being Mordor, same as with Game Design. Destiny got Action Game of the Year. It also got Achievement in Sound Design.
Well, it obviously didn't get Outstanding Achievement in Story.
Well, I tell you what, listen to this. The award
it didn't get nominated for it, did it?
No, not that I know of. The winner of the role-playing and massively multiplayer game of the year, which I thought probably would have been Destiny, is Dragon Age. And I didn't understand that. Might be the best role-playing game of the year, but massively multiplayer, isn't it a completely separate game mode?
Yeah.
So that kind of doesn't really make sense to me. FIFA took home Sports Game of the Year, Racing Game of the Year, once again Mario Kart 8, Family Game of the Year, Little Big Planet 3, good addition there. Mobile Game of the Year, Hearthstone, as we would have all expected. So this is almost a carbon copy of the Video Game Awards, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to quickly touch on Mordor, it took out achievement in game direction, achievement in game design, innovation in gaming, which I believe would have been that Nemesis system, achievement in character being Talion, achievement in story, Mordor, technical achievement, achievement in animation, and adventure game of the year. So, well, I think it deserved it because I personally really, really enjoyed it. Any big surprises there for you guys, or are you pretty happy with that?
No, but they've got a mention there of Pioneer Awards, which they gave to Ralph Baer and Al Alcorn.
Yep.
So who are they? Ralph Baer, he passed away not too long ago. I remember mentioning that as one of the news items. Ralph Baer is basically known to the gaming world as the father of video games. Yeah. Sort of invented one of the first consoles and games and things like that. Al Alcorn, I'm just having a look. I hadn't heard of him before, but I think he was the Atari Pong guy.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're bilingual there. Pong guy.
Alcorn was the designer of the video arcade game Pong. There you go. Creating it under the direction of Bushnell and Dabney in the 70s. So there you go. But that's fair enough. Good on you, Ralph Baer. You're a champion. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And the inaugural Technical Impact Award for the Apple App Store.
Fuck the Apple App Store. It's a pain in the ass.
Don't say that. They're listening.
Yeah, probably. But, you know, one thing I do like about it, and that's probably the best thing they've done ever, is instead of the little button saying free, it now just says get.
Yeah. For the freemium games.
Because none of them are free anymore, because they've all got microtransactions, in-app purchases. So they just get now. You can get that game. It's not free.
Which is good. Because there's more kids on a bloody iPad than adults through it, really.
What's the DICE Awards where they opened it up with the guy talking and he's like, the gaming industry has exploded over the last few years and has created millions of jobs for Troy Baker.
Yes. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the, I think it was the DICE Awards that they're like, we opening speech for it or something. Yeah,
that's quite funny. Good stuff. All right, what's next?
You.
I don't have anything else.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to add one in there that we didn't mention at the start, but the Bathurst 12-hour race was on the weekend, and Nissan won it with drivers from the Gran Turismo Academy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the Gran Turismo Academy, which is done every year, and they take like the best Gran Turismo drivers from around the world and then put them in a real car, and then they race for a spot on the Nissan team.
Nice.
So they had the Bathurst 12-hour on the weekend, and like the last 4 or 5 minutes I was watching of it the other day, and amazing. They awesome driving around Bathurst. They were doing like, I think it was about a 204 to 206 lap times and that. So
awesome.
Really good. So
I've got a soft spot for Nissan. I did work for them for 7 years.
Yeah. So it's just bring up, it was a Japanese driver and what was his name? Great researching, Sean. Yeah. Alex
Wong.
Buncombe was the driver on the team that he wasn't there because he just had a baby, and the drivers Katsumasa Chiyo with Strauss and Reap. They were the other two drivers. So, yeah.
That's good.
GT Academy. How cool is that? That's coming to fruition from video games.
Come on, Gran Turismo 7. Please make a game that works for the PlayStation.
Oh, copy that.
But there's actually been other quite successful drivers come out of this. So there's Lucas Ordonez, who won the he won the Le Mans 24 hour as well. So there is a few really really decent drivers that are being picked up from the Gran Turismo Academy. So
I think
it'd be awesome if they actually did like a Forza Academy and then pitch the two drivers against each other.
Oh yeah.
We can't have Holden and Ford anymore, so just have GT and Forza.
Yeah, Xbox and PlayStation race. That'd be sick. See, these guys are PlayStation players that can drive real good in real life. I'm sort of like the other way around, whereas I can drive real good in real life, but I'm not very good in the game.
GTA aren't handing out any scholarships.
Yeah. All right, cool. Red, you got anything else?
Yes, a man by the name of Brandon Wilson, a 19-year-old Las Vegas man, has been arrested on charges related to a swatting incident in July.
Is this true?
Well,
remember we had that other one that told us that the old mate got 15 years or whatever?
Yeah. No. This is done by the Chicago Sun-Times and Game Planet Australia.
Okay. 5 years for swatting.
Yes. Brandon Wilson, a.k.a. Famed God, he's going to come out of jail's famed hole, was arrested by FBI agents on Friday, Australia time. And
he was dragged kicking and screaming from his mother's basement.
Yeah.
Just let me go!
Just trying to tell this bloke he's a fucking noob on Heroes of the Storm.
But yeah, some Illinois prosecutors who have examined his computer claimed they had found evidence related to the July 10 swatting. And also, what they also find, it also held evidence of similar incidents across the United States. So, so all seems pretty legit to me. He's looking at 5 years. Yeah, there it goes. He could face up to 5 years. There's a split difference of opinion. Some people get a slap on the knuckles, and other people reckon they should throw the book at him.
Oh, I think they should throw the book at him. Make an example of him.
Yeah.
This is where you go. Do you give him 5 years or release his browsing history to his mother?
And then give him 5 years home jail.
Give him 5 years home jail. Yeah.
No, because then he'd just be on the computer. House arrest for a gamer? Are you serious? What can they do outside arrest? You have to be out in public.
Well, there's a lot of the laws that come involved if you get convicted of serious online crimes and all that kind of stuff, because you're not allowed to touch a computer.
Yeah.
Real hack.
Because there was the hackers that were involved in the big hack on Scientology and all that they were arrested and they were put in jail for a certain amount of time, and then when they came out, they were sort of like, you're not allowed to touch a computer for 5 years.
Yeah, parole orders.
Yeah.
All right, is that all of our news?
That is all of our news.
I have one more.
Do we
have Nah, I'll read the headline. Evolve has more than $130 worth of DLC not covered by its season pass.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, so it's mainly there's the season pass, which is, I think it's around $30 or something along the likes, and then there's a heap of I think they're more like skins and extra hunters and all that kind of stuff. So cosmetic things for your character. So you can basically customize them to be what you want them to be. And yeah, so there is $130 worth, and it takes up about 4 pages on the PlayStation Store if you go through all the DLC stuff. Oh, that's on Xbox One. It's 4 pages on the hub. And quick breakdown is there's 24 items priced at $1.99, 9 priced at $2.99, 8 priced at $4.99, and 3 priced at $6.99. So in Australian dollars, there is 24 at $18, 9 at $37, 8 at $53, and 3 at $74.
With real money.
So there's a grand, yeah. Look, I mean, it's exactly the same as The Last of Us.
It is spitting image.
So,
except for The Last of Us, that's not just all cosmetic, that's also upgraded weapons.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't have a negative thing to say, because I would never say anything negative about The Last of Us. So.
Well, it says it's $24.99 for the season pass. Players gain access to 3 skins exclusive to the pack and 4 new hunters. Hunters will be available individually for $7.49.
But the one thing we do need to really, sorry to interrupt, is to touch on when it comes to this Evolve stuff, that it was also released that there's going to be new maps, and the new maps will always be free, so it'll never split the playing population. You know, you won't have a split community between only half the people being able to play map A, B, C, as opposed to A to D, sort of A to E sort of thing, you know what I mean? So there's a couple of map updates and a new map coming soon. Strike me down if I'm wrong or misquoting, but it's going to be free to everyone.
Well, I don't know if you're wrong or misquoting, but can I strike you down anyway?
You please do.
$100
for a fucking cricket game? Ring.
You idiot. No, you're enjoying that, man. I'm the same. If there's a game out there that I'll enjoy, I'll pay for it. I don't care.
Yep. So, yeah. Waited a long time.
But you're an idiot. All right, let's go into What's That Sound?
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
All right, so last week's What's That Sound? I think, Sean, you got it, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the guards from Skyrim.
There's no mistake. You're a wanted man, and it's time to pay for your crimes.
Oh, did we get anyone that won it? I don't
think there was, actually.
Not win it, it hasn't finished yet. But
yes, there is people who've got it right.
Yep. Oh, there are people that got it right? All right, That's good. That's good to know. This week's sound...
It was... Sorry, we had Ashley Burns. Is this week's sound Arnold Schwarzenegger arresting Red for the murder of What's That to the What's That Sound theme song?
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Fuck you, man.
He's right. He's in the running for a game. All right, this week's sound has been given to us by Nico, so I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's got anything to do with GTA 4 and bowling.
I hope so.
All right, let's have a listen to this week's sound. What the hell?
Definitely next gen Xbox. Quality.
Oh, I don't know what that is. That doesn't even ring any bells.
Go again.
What is it, Sean? It's very clear sounding. It doesn't.
Yeah, it sounds like it's trying to get.
So what?
It's sounding retro, but it sounds too clear to be retro. So it's like
recreation of something that's
a next gen side scrolling thing or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's not Towerfall or
Fuck, sounds very Sega.
It does, doesn't it? I don't know what it is. Send him a message. All right, we'll see if he gets back to us. But yeah, look, that's What's That Sound. It seems to have stumped myself, Red, and Thorncliff, so I don't know what that one is. We'll
just wait on Russell.
Yeah, Rusky will tell us. Maybe I'll just send it to him and say, dude, what is it? We need to know because we're on the podcast and we want to know. But if you think you know what that sound is, send a message, a private message to our Facebook page. Tell us what you think the sound is, and you'll go in a running for one of a couple of free games for the week. You've got from Sunday when this podcast originally comes out until the following Saturday night to get your answers in, and then if you are correct, you'll be considered for one of the free games.
I just heard your message. What was it?
Yeah, I got it. Hang on. He's given me a hint. He hasn't actually given me the answers.
Oh, wicked. Oh. Interactive.
He said, I'm guessing no one got it. I thought Red might. He knows my obsessions. So it's really a hint for you, Red, not us.
Is it from a video game or from a gay porn movie?
That makes me want to go with Mario Kart.
Nico,
It could be Mario Kart, actually.
No, if it is, I'll be fucking disgraced.
It sounds a bit fanfare-ish, eh?
It
yeah,
does.
when isn't it? Doesn't they make like that noise when you get the things you're spinning around you and then you fire them off? They go dunk dunk dunk.
Oh, Lucky 7.
Nah, it does. No, it doesn't sound like any of those to me. No, he's just give me the answer. Then no, you're incorrect. Do you want the answer?
Yeah.
The answer is.
Duh.
I'm happy with that because I've never played it, so I don't feel like a douchebag in not remembering it. But there you go. That's it there. And that's it. That's the end of the show.
Now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time, not the lime. Oh.
The lime and the coconut.
It all up.
Now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. If you tweet your life away on a daily basis, follow at AussieGamers12 for all our live tweets. If you like reality TV but hate people, go and follow us at Twitch at AussieGamersTV at twitch.tv. This podcast can be downloaded to the device of your choice using the Stitcher, TuneIn Radio and iTunes apps. Just search for Aussie Gamers Express. We have a blog, that's aussiegamersexpress.blogspot.com.au, YouTube channel, Aussie Gamers Express. Everything is Aussie Gamers Express. Just go to Google and type Aussie Gamers Express. If you want to send a snail mail, send it to Aussie Gamers Express at P.O Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749.
That's it.
It is.
Alright, that's the show.
Sorry.
Aussie Gamers Express, I'll just say it again.
Product placement. Aussie Gamers Express is proudly brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Fresh branding.
So what are we all going to do tonight after the podcast?
Wolf Among Us.
You're going to play, 5 minutes of it?
What's the time? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a bit late. Well, you'll be the only person to ever played an episodic game in 3, 4, 5 sittings.
Yeah. Well, I've got Game of Thrones as well.
Yes, I haven't played that yet either.
The second episode off, so...
I promise I'll have played it by next week's podcast, and I'll talk about it. Yeah.
Well, my wife's standing here just going, we haven't played it yet.
Well, that's the problem. See, I've had time to play it, but I play it with my wife, so I've been waiting for her to not be busy. And then today, oh my god. What time did I finish playing last night, Red?
Approximately 1:45.
So, yeah, I think I jumped on the computer and did the beta for Hard Heroes of the Storm. So I was up for a little bit longer, setting all that up. So I've gone to bed, let's just call it 2:30 a.m. I got woken up this morning at like 7:30 by a baby that my wife was babysitting today. And all I could hear was this, I don't know how old, maybe 1, 2-year-old kid just shouting out, "Mom! Mom! Mom!" And then my daughter sticks her head into the bedroom and goes, "That wasn't me, Dad. I didn't wake you up."
And it cries. All you're going to hear is now.
Yeah. Oh, it was so shit. But anyway, yeah, my wife was babysitting this child today, so she didn't have a chance to play it with me. And it just was spanned on the week just gone as well, just busy with me working and not being able to, but yeah, I'm hoping that we can actually play it tomorrow, so it'll be for next week's podcast. Looking forward to playing it.
See who gets stabbed this time, or cut, or genital mutilated, or
yes, it's going to be interesting. I love that game, so we'll play that.
When does the next Borderlands one come out?
I don't know, not soon enough. They came out at the same time, basically, the first episode, so I'm hoping it's very soon. Because I'm looking forward to that one probably more than any of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I really... Did you finish? No, of course you didn't.
I haven't started it.
It's really good, Sean, and you haven't played Borderlands, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Well,
yeah.
Then I think you'll enjoy it more than me, because I haven't played Borderlands and I loved it.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's really good. Tonight, I've got a bit of a hankering for some Advanced Warfare tonight. Just to fuck Red up, because I know he'll want to play it, but he's too busy with his golf. He's not golf. What game are you playing? Cricket.
Oh, I can't wait for a golf game to come out that's good on the PS4.
Golf Club is no good?
Oh, I don't. I want like a Tiger Woods or something, but we can't have a Tiger Woods anymore because he's...
Yeah, there is a Tiger Woods game out. It's just been retitled to Grand Theft Auto 5.
I thought we had the game of jokes last week.
You can
there's the Robert Allenby level where you can't beat the dude on the side of the road.
Well, because essentially GTA 5 is a golf simulator, but you can just do heaps of other shit as well.
You can play golf and you can hit people with clubs and cars.
Yeah. And everyone calls him Franklin, but his name's Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that'll do. I've been LewkOne, thanks for listening.
I've been Thorncliff.
And I've been Red.
My name is Jeff.
Ain't there nothing I can take a sit. Doctor.